Ladies and gentlemen, this is David Mirikitani with another episode of Weighing In. We are brought to you by Nike Wrestling. Go to athleteps.com for all of your Nike gear, Resilite.com for all your mats, plyometric boxes, everything you need there, and pure&clean.us for all your mat cleaning products, skin cleaning products. Mark, we're blessed. These guys support us every week, twice a week, whenever it is. And it is that time of the year when people should be thinking about getting Christmas gifts, and especially for people that they love. And I know one year your son got you a bunch of stuff from the World Cup for a birthday present. Yep. And that stuff you still wear to this day. Awesome Nike gear. And so those things are meaningful and valuable. And it's a good two-way go there to thank these people and also to remind people this is the time, and getting stuff like that can really make a difference. Nike's got some awesome gear. Resilite, maybe you're chipping in towards a mat for somebody, and Pure and Clean, making sure these kids are healthy for the second half of the year, district, states, nationals, whatever your case may be, right?
Yeah, you sure don't want them out because of a staph infection.
Ringworm, any of that stuff. Yeah. So we did a pod a couple days ago about the Cyhawk Dual, and we mentioned in passing South Dakota State beat Minnesota. And I felt like we should have another podcast to talk about that and a few other things. But I texted you. I'm like, you're not going to believe this, because for people that don't know, I'm on social media a tad more than Mark is. And like it popped up, and I had to go back to and look at the box score. I'm going to pull up the box score so people can see it. What were your thoughts initially just when you heard about what had happened?
I was shocked. I think I heard it was like 52 times they've wrestled. And South Dakota State's never beaten Minnesota. Now, I know they were a Division II school back in the days when I wrestled at UNO. You don't really expect them to beat Minnesota, but I mean, 21 beat 4 at 25.
Yeah, let's go through just quickly. 18-14, 6 matches to 4. Okay. 9 decisions, 1 tech fall by McAnally, which you'd kind of expect.
Yep.
Okay. So I'll read off the upsets and then let you talk about them. Brady Roark, number 21 at the time, beat number 4 Jore Volk, 6'4". Julian Tagg, who was really good coming out of high school, didn't pan out right away, has been in a few different schools. Number 12 beat Vombaur, a returning All-American. Number 12 beat number 9, 5-1. Cale Swenson beat Charlie Millard, 21 beat 15, 7-5. And then number 20, Luke Rasmussen, beat Coy Hopke, number 13, 7-5. And that was the duel. It was 15-14 going into that match. I will just quickly self-congratulatory or a congratulatory note, especially to Brady Roark, who's a Missouri kid who wrestled in Border Brawl a couple years ago, comes from a really tough part of our state and a tough family. So The floor is yours, sir.
Yeah, that probably Tagg beating Vombaur was surprising, but Tagg's pretty talented. Just hasn't really done much yet. But he always had the talent to do something. So that didn't surprise me near as much as the Jore Volk getting beat by Roark, because I don't know really anything about Roark. And Volk was one of the top 3 or 4 kids in the country at the time. And I'm not sure who these Owen twins are, where they came from, but
who?
The Owen, 165, 174.
Oh, yeah.
Andrew and Marcus and Moses.
Yeah. Espinosa Owens. That's why when you said Owens, I was lost.
Okay. But I mean, those are the Russell Andrew Sparks close 2-0, and then the other one beating Ridley 4-1. I mean, those are matches that you think Minnesota would win, 99.99% of the time. And sometimes you have an off day, but what was your biggest surprise in the results? I mean,
Well, Sparks beat the smaller one, so that wasn't an upset. And then the heavier one, 27 beat 20. I mean, I think when you look at it, it's a bunch of one-score matches they won for the most part, right? Like, which is when you get to nationals, that's what happens, right? Like, these guys can win these. It's kind of like Ferrari, right? Like, the critical part of him is he hasn't won by a lot of points, but he keeps winning. But they're a bunch of one-score matches.
Yep.
Roark beat Volk by 2. That's a takedown. Tagg beat Vombaur by 4. That's a takedown in riding time. I don't know if that's what happened, but Swenson beat Millard by 2. That's a takedown. I mean, a bunch of these matches are one-score matches. Like, almost all of them. Like, I mean, if you just read the scores, 6-4, 5-1, 4-2, 7-5, 2-0, 4-1, 2-1, 7-5. So it's almost like in football. I heard somebody say, like, the teams that win have the best red zone offense and defense. Okay, like, they don't really care. Like, hey, if you get the ball 8 times and you get a field goal every time and we get 1 turnover, you have 21 points, we'll beat you if we're better in the red zone. And I think that's what this is, right? Like, who can win these scrambles? Who wins the last 30 seconds of each period? Brady Roark winning was, I also think him winning, obviously, when it's a 4-point duel, any one match for South Dakota State's the swing match, right?
Sure.
But you get that right off the start, right? And so this is kind of like the duel, the Cyhawk duel. Like, if you look at it, went South Dakota State, Minnesota, South Dakota State, Minnesota, South Dakota State, Minnesota, South Dakota State, Minnesota. So South Dakota State was never behind until McAnally got bonus.
Mm-hmm.
And then they got Bennett Berge going at 97. So, like, we should win that one. It looks like it was way closer than they probably would have liked it.
Yeah.
But if you're down 2 points with 2 matches to go, you go, if we win them, we win. And if you're Damian Hahn, after 8 matches, if you go, we got Bennett Berge and Luke Rasmussen, if you had told them realistically going into the duel, this will be how it goes, like, you'll have this chance, you take it.
Sure.
Well, I mean, there's a bunch of coach.
To me, it just surprised the living daylights out of me, David. That South
did?
Dakota State, it just really surprised me. South Dakota State went to Minnesota and beat them, because I considered Minnesota. They lost 1 match at the national duels and then they won 3 in a row. And I know they didn't wrestle that. They only wrestled one of the top tier teams, but they look pretty good. I mean, they got talent on that team. And
they actually have what you would consider a pretty good dual meet team because they have a lot of balance, right?
Yep.
Yeah. No, I mean, I agree. If you look at their rankings, right, like they have a 21-9, a 21-9, a 20, a 3 who could win it, and then a 19 and a 13. That usually wins a lot of duels. I would say this. The 2 things that stuck out to me, and you kind of said both of them. Number 1, they won on the road. And number 2, Roark wins right off the bat. And I think the match, the order matters, right? Like, let's just say they started with Cannon. Then Roark's got to win the duel.
Yep.
Maybe it goes different. I mean, maybe not. I mean, I'm super biased. I'm friends with that family, everything else, but,
Yeah.
So it's super interesting. GT and I were texting last night, by the way, about Ohio State, Iowa State. And I think I told you this on the air. I'm like, I think Iowa State could win the national duels, and a lot of people thought I was crazy. Well, they would have been in the finals, just based on results. Obviously different day, different thing, but that'll be an interesting duel. So
It will be. Yeah.
All right. So let's talk about CKLV. Okay. So thank you to our good friends at Flow Wrestling, every potential ranked wrestler at Cliff Keen. So Mark, I want to start with this. Nothing happens in a vacuum. Okay. Like, we're running the Fab 50 duels. We ran the Hall of Fame duels. That affects other tournaments around that weekend, certainly on the same weekend. But in college, the National Duels Invitational massively impacted Cliff Keen.
Agreed.
Nebraska's not there. Ohio State's not there. Oklahoma State's not there. Okay. I'll have to look at the schedule to see where Ohio State is, but Nebraska's dueling Missouri, and Oklahoma State's sending half their roster to the Cougar Classic here in SIU right by me.
Yep.
Okay, so it's good for the sport, right? It's not good for the Cliff Keen.
No, it's not. But, I mean, it's still going to be a good tournament. It's probably still the second next to the national duels, probably the second strongest tournament that we have for collegiate wrestling when you look at it, because I can't really think of another tournament that's on this level, even without those 3 or 4 teams being there, David.
No, it's the best individual tournament. It's just, it was this far apart, and now it's this far apart.
Yeah.
Okay. You're not going to see some of these individual matchups, but people that are big proponents of duels would be very happy about this. And people that are in favor of capitalism, which I'm one of them, are very happy about this, because those teams went because they got paid. At least they got their travel and stuff paid.
Yeah.
So, and I think most schools, me and a friend of mine worked on this one year, and we offered to pay for the travel. And one coach in particular said, we don't want the money for travel. Our school will pay for the travel. We want the money to use for NIL. So whether it's RTC, NIL, whatever.
Yeah.
So anyway, so having said that, here are the teams. There's my my homeboy, my brother from another mother there, younger Bastida.
Yep.
Okay. 125 is pretty good, Mark. Ventresca, Roark, Poulin, Strickenberger, West, Renneria, Klinsky, Mark Anthony McGowan, Diego Sotelo on down the line. Okay. A lot of ranked dudes. So, do we want to pick, by the way, I expect Iowa State to not wrestle great this weekend. I just feel like it's an emotional thing. They wrestled on a Sunday. They're traveling today because I'm getting Dresser on the podcast tomorrow. It's just a short week.
Yeah.
And it's a huge emotional dump, right? And I think they'll do next year, like if they're in the national duels, I bet we don't see Iowa State.
I would agree.
So,
that's a lot to throw at these kids that early in the year, within a 2-3 week period, especially when you're going to have the Iowa State duel in the middle of that. I really don't think they'll probably be going, but it's good that they're out there this year. And it could go either way, David, in my mind, whether or not Iowa State wrestles well. They may be on a high. They maybe think they're unbeatable, and they may go out there and really prove to everybody we're for real. Or they're still going to be on that little cloud from beating Iowa and not take this as serious. But I think after you get a couple matches in, you get focused right in again, I think they'll be fine, to be honest with you.
Listen, I'm not saying they're going to collapse. I'm just saying.
I know that. I know that.
I don't want what I'm saying to get repositioned, okay?
Yeah.
So, listen, they had the Cyclone Invitational and they dueled Nebraska Kearney, but then they have Iowa, Cliff Keen, collegiate duels, and then Lehigh, Stanford, Arizona. So it gets pretty hairy for them.
Yeah.
So collegiate duels is going to be good too. So, shout out to Frank Pop. All right. Do we want to pick finalists, or we just want to talk about this, or what do you want to do?
These are the ranked kids. I'm going to guess that they're going to be seated fairly close to where they're ranked.
Let's pick 3 finalists. That way, if the 2 guys you pick are on the same side.
Okay.
Is that fair?
Sure.
And a champ.
Oh, and a champ. Okay.
Well, because you can pick a champ. It doesn't matter which side of the bracket they're on.
Sure.
Is that fair?
Yep.
Okay. All right, I'll go first.
Okay.
I'll take Ventresca to win it. And I'll take Roark or Strickenberger as my finalists.
Okay, I'll take Ventresca also to win it, and I'll take Poulin or Strickenberg to be in the finals. have a tough time believing Brady Roark's going to be the number 2 seed there because I think 6 is a ranking.
Well, what you're going to have to go off of is he beat Jore Volk. Who did Jore Volk beat? And did Jore Volk beat anybody that beat Spratley or beat who beat Dean Peterson?
Dean Peterson lost to Buzakis. Nobody beat.
Yeah, they're going to have to go through all that. Yeah. My dark horse here is Mark Anthony McGowan.
Okay.
Just putting it on wax.
All right.
33. So if people are just listening, 10 ranked guys: Frost, Knox, Dylan Campbell, who's having a really good low-key year. Okay. Speidel, Cardinal, Ferrara, Larkin, Baker, Borman, Little.
Okay, my 3 is going to be, I think Tyler Knox wins the CLKV, and I'm going to go with Evan Frost and Larkin from Arizona State.
Okay, those are my exact 3. I agree. And I think Larkin's going to be interesting. I would pay to watch Larkin wrestle Knox.
You may see it if he's the number 7, and right now they have.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I have to write myself a note actually to make sure I watch CKLV this weekend. So. All right, 41. Seth Romney, Anthony Echemendia, Julian Tagg, Tom Crook, Ricciardi, Griffin, Grayson Clark, kind of down the line. Pearson Manville is an interesting kid. I'm going to go Etch to win it. And then Romney. And I'll take Tom Crook, but I say that with zero conviction.
Okay. I'm going to go with Echemendia to win it. I'll do Romney, and I'm going to go with kind of a dark horse, and I'm going to take a kid from Navy.
Ricciardi? Yeah. Hey, by the way, we did not talk about this, Mark. You picked Iowa to win the duel. I picked Iowa State to win the duel, 19-13. I was 1 point off each way.
Congratulations.
That doesn't feel heartfelt.
It's not. It's not. So let's go. Let's keep doing it.
That's more wings for the kid.
Yeah, but if we put point spreads on it, you're still losing.
I'm done doing point spreads. I'm just picking winners now. Okay. I'm done. Okay. I will buy you the point spread, the wings for this year. I decided like it's a waste of my energy. Like I'm trying to figure out how to win this national contest at the end of the year, and I'm done figuring out who's going to get a goofy takedown with 2 seconds left. I'm
all
done.
Right. Sounds
I've
good.
divorced myself from that. Okay, right. It's my second divorce. All right. Okay, I'm excited about this weight. Let's go. Caleb Larkin, Lachlan McNeil, Jacob Frost, Jack Joffrey, Jackson Joy, David Evans, Aiden Valencia, Rivera, Martin, Ninegar, down the line. Okay. I will say this. I don't think Jack Joffrey's wrestling. He hasn't wrestled all year. Okay. I think you're first here, right?
I think this is the best weight
yes.
at the tournament.
Yes. Let's go, baby.
I am going to take as my champion.
You know who I'm picking, and I know who you're picking. I will guess right now, okay? I'll do like Oz the Mentalist. I think you're taking Valencia to win it.
I am. And I think you're taking Larkin to win.
That's exactly right.
Oh, you got Larkin winning nationals before you even stepped on.
No, I don't have him winning nationals.
Oh, you do too. Probably.
Maybe. But right now I would pick Van Ness.
I'm going to take Valencia to win it, and I'm going to put Larkin, and I'm going to put Jacob Frost.
Okay.
I want to see how good I want to see what he looks like at 49. But Lachlan he's lost more than 1 or 2 matches this year, and a couple of them weren't that close. So I don't think the
you have Valencia, Larkin, Frost. I have Larkin, Valencia, Jackson Joy.
Jackson Joy, okay.
I understand he lost to Bo Bassett. I also, and I'm maybe prisoner of the moment. I was Matt's side, literally. I was sitting basically on the Cornell bench when he beat Swiderski, and I know Sidursky becomes less and less of a good win, but he got a lot of composure for somebody young.
Yeah, I think Grant's going to be very disappointed in both of us. Neither of us picked Lachlan McNeil to even be in the top 2.
Oh, wait a minute. I didn't pick him and take the top 3.
No, you did not.
I forgot about him. I'll take McNeil to take 3rd.
Oh, there you go. So
I forgot.
Grant's going to like you a lot better than me, but he didn't like my haircut yesterday. So, and it's smooth. I
still laughing about it.
All right, let's do the next weight because this is going to be a barn burner.
Okay, here we go.
Any idea?
High Waters, Daniel Cardenas, Vinny Zerbin, Hippolito, who I haven't seen wrestle much this year, Stoney Buell, Cale Swenson, Harrington, Hill. Let me see if there's anybody else that's sort of Catcherbone. Yeah, I feel like. All right, I go first here, right?
Yes, because I did.
I got odds. You got evens. Okay. Total bias. I'm going to take Zerbin to win it. And I'll take my other 2 guys to be Waters and Cardenas, which I think is very chalky, but this feels like kind of a chalk weight.
Yeah, I'm going to take Waters to win it.
Okay.
And I would get in there a little bit on Hippolito from Oklahoma, but I think he's probably going to be the 4 seed, and I don't think he can beat Waters. So I've got to go with Cardenas and Zerbin also.
Okay. So we'll go back and look at this, but most things are fairly similar so far.
Yes.
65.
Our champions are not, but yeah.
Well, we have 3 of the same champions.
Okay.
We both picked Knox, Ventresca, Knox, and Echemendia.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, if I wrote something down wrong, tell me.
I'm sure you got it right.
Well, it's very shorthand here today.
I'm going to go.
Hold on. Let me read this in case people are just listening.
Okay.
165, Joey Blaze, Hunter Garvin, Ryan Burton, Nico Ruiz, Dylan Gilcher. Gilcher beat Nico Ruiz. I'm almost positive head-to-head, so he'd be seated above him. Drake Rhodes, Peyton Keller, Ty Whalen, Matthew Olgeen, Connor Uten, who I think would be Aiden Riggins instead, and Cesar Alvan from Columbia. Okay, sir, the floor is yours.
I'm going to go Blaze to win it.
Yep.
I will take Hunter Garvin, and I'm going to go with Ruiz from Arizona State. Would be my 3rd.
I'm going to go Blaze, Garvin, Burton.
Okay.
Super chalk, but again. Okay. Here's a pretty good weight. By the way, MJ Gaitan versus Bo Mantanona. I think you just over under on how many times they both could pin each other. But Simon Ruiz, Danny Wask, MJ Gaitan, Bo Mantanona, Garrett Thompson, Lorenzo Norman, Brady Conley down the line. I'm going to go Ruiz to win it. And my other 2 guys, I'll take Gaitan or Gaitan, depending on which way. This is probably dumb. I'm going to take Lorenzo Norman.
I don't think it's dumb at all because I like Lorenzo. And if 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, he'd be in the 6th spot wrestling Gaitan. I could see him winning that match with he's hard to wrestle. I'm going to go Ruiz winning it. I'm going to also take Norman, but I think Norman may get into the finals. And Mantanona would be my number 3.
Okay. All right. 84, you're picking first here. Brock Mant, Isaac Dean, James Conway, Brian Soldano, Nightenbach, Iseroff, McGill, Bush. It just gets pretty thin, dude.
Yeah. I'm going to go Brock to win it. Yeah. I'm going to go Dean. And then I'm going to go with my boy from Columbia, who I picked to be an All-American.
It's your guy that you can't pronounce the name.
I can't pronounce his name, but his first name's Aaron, so I'm going to go by that.
AA Ron.
Yeah,
you ever see the Key and Peele with the AA Ron?
Yeah, well, I like him, so I'm going to take him as being a dark horse.
Okay. I'm going to take Isaac Dean to win it, Mantanona as one of the finalists, and Man, this is ugly. I'll take Saldano.
Okay.
97. Rocky Elam. Man, this is good. Holy cow, this is good. Rocky Elam, Justin Rademacher, Bennett Berge, Joey Novak, D'Anthony Parker, Sonny Sasso, Peyton Thomas, Rune Lawrence, Brock Zorowski, Jack Wiemeyer. I don't know if we'll see Colton Hawks. We haven't seen him yet.
Yep.
On down the line, I'm first here. I'm scared to pick Elam because I don't know if he's on a pitch count, but I'm going to pick him. I mean, I'm going to take him, Rademacher, and Berge because, I mean, and that is no disrespect to Joey Novak. I just think if these are the seeds, Elam beats Novak.
I agree. I mean, I agree 100%. Those are, I think it's one in.
You have Elam in the final, just so I know?
I got Rocky winning. I got Rademacher in the finals, and I got Berge getting next.
Okay. And then 285, Younger Bastida, Ty Gadiali, Spencer Lanaska, Luke Rasmussen, Jimmy Mullen, Trevor Tinker, Juan Mora, Christian Carroll, on down the line.
I got to go with Younger. I don't think he has I don't think anybody even comes close to touching him. I just think he's that much better than the field.
You don't think Gadiali wrestles him close?
No.
Okay.
They wrestled in the All-Star match, and it wasn't close.
Yeah, I'm just interested if you think there's going to be any adjustments.
No, I think Younger is just too damn good on his feet, David, and he's healthy up in the head, and he's my pick to win nationals, and I don't think it's even close. I don't think anybody can stay within 2 takedowns of him if he wrestles the way I think he's going to wrestle. So, yeah, I'm going to go with Younger, Galiati from Michigan, and then I'm going to go with Rasmussen from South Dakota State just for kicks.
Just for giggles.
Yeah.
I'll take the same 2 and Jimmy Mullen just for giggles. I feel like that's a real giggles pick, but anyway.
Jimmy's had some losses this year, which kind of surprised me.
That's what I'm saying. It's a giggles pick.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's go over to Matt King's. Let's go through the rankings real quick.
Right.
Mark, not a lot of changes at 25. It's a mess, right? Like Jore Volk drops, but he's still above Brady Roark. It's body of work kind of thing. Dean Peterson is maybe moved up a spot from last week. Yeah, he did move up 1 spot. We moved up above Volk. That's pretty much what happened.
Yep.
So, yeah, 1, 2, 5, 4. Yeah, okay. So Brady Roark makes a big jump from 18 to 12. These are the composite rankings of Flow, Intermat, and Open Mat. Shout out to my guy, Luca Pagliai. His dad sends me a picture every week of him on the interwebs making the changes. So appreciate him.
Love it.
He's killing it, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely killing it for us.
Let's go back to 125 real quick because I want to just say one thing about how they've got it done, and I would probably do it different. I think Joey Volk losing to South Dakota State, nobody in the right mind should have Spratley below him. Spratley should be above him. And I know it's only 1 spot, but Spratley's a returning finalist at the national tournament. His only loss this year is to Vince Robinson, who won nationals last year.
Not true. That's not true.
He lost to Dean Peterson.
Okay, well, you said his only loss. He has 2 losses. But yeah.
Well, you didn't let me finish. I went by the best loss and then the second
Well, you
best.
said only, which implies 1. You got to say losses. But go ahead. So
I mean, if I was ranking this, David, and I think I could even talk you into this, whether or not you agreed with me or not.
No, I agree with you.
I think Spratley should be ahead of Joey Volk. And I have no problems with the rest of them. Where they're
actually tied, Mark. They're actually tied.
Okay.
If you look out to the side, Volk is 788 and Spratley is 977. And frankly, Spratley should be above him because 2 out of their number is the same. Okay. And he's ranked ahead in 2 out of the 3.
Okay.
So I think you're right.
Okay.
And I think the math is actually right. They just plug it in this way.
I just wanted to make that point.
Yeah.
So people
I don't know if it
look
goes,
at
I don't know when it's
saying,
tied, if it goes in alphabetically by first name. I have no idea how that works.
yeah.
So it's also, they're in the 7th and 8th place match if this happens. So you're talking about 1 point difference. Okay.
Right.
So anyway, Poulin's really close to Nico Rivera in the rankings as well. All right. Strickenberger's down a ways, and he's super dangerous, by the way.
Agreed.
Okay, 33. Evan Frost makes a big jump from 7-3. So he's 3-4-3. One of the sources has Zan Fugit ahead of him. So Zan and Ayala are tied. Okay. So if you see that out there, and Ayala is ranked ahead of Zan in 2 out of the 3, and that's what I would have done. I would have just moved Frost above Ayala.
Yeah.
But if Ayala takes one more loss, I mean, here's the thing about Ayala now. He's lost to Bird, Davino, and Frost.
Mm-hmm.
So he's 4th, but he doesn't really have a signature win either yet this year.
No, he doesn't.
So his only win is against Ronnie Ramirez, who's 13.
Yep. But he did beat Wisconsin last year twice.
Right. So I would have him ahead of
I would have him ahead of him, yeah. And
So
Tyler Knox beat him last year, early in the year, if I'm not mistaken.
He did beat him.
Yeah.
Well, and so Open Mat has it that way, right? They have Tyler Knox 4, Ayala 5, Zan Fugit 6. I think that's probably where you would talk me into landing.
Yeah.
So, but that's why it's interesting to look at these. That's why I like this source better than any other source, because it's got
the averages.
Well, but it's also how they did it and how we got there, right? So
yep.
I'm telling people we don't make any money off of this. We're just showing people like this is a cool way to do it,
Yeah.
All right, 41. Ragusin. I don't know when Ragusin's going to wrestle. Okay, so CJ Campasto wrestled, so he should be in the rankings. And Ragusin, I don't think, has wrestled. Nasir Bailey drops again. Echemendia is probably where he belongs, but man, he's super dangerous. I think if you're him, you'd rather be the 6 seed than the 4 seed, right?
Yes.
You just don't want to be on the same side as Mendez. I think you can beat Hardy and Vega, and man, the Big 12 is going to be good at 141.
Really good.
149, Jacob Frost pops right in. So it's a weird weight to rank, right?
It is.
So you and me had this, I wouldn't call it an argument, but a vocal disagreement. I said I think Caleb Larkin's got the second best resume. You were talking about Aiden Valencia. And here's the other thing. So one source still has Pinheiro ranked. And so if you added his number, it would pull Frost down a little bit. But it's, that's one way to do it. Okay.
Sure.
I think I would rank Jacob Frost. He hasn't wrestled this year, right?
He might have wrestled in that Iowa State invite.
But he hasn't wrestled. He hasn't wrestled anybody, right?
Not yet, no. I have a hard time with him at 5 right now just because he was an All-American at 41. God knows that's a tough weight to be an All-American in. Give him credit there. Lachlan McNeil's lost at least 2 to 3 matches that I know of this year. I can't believe.
Well, the All-Star match doesn't count.
It does in the eyes of the people doing rankings, but we'll go on from there. So one of his losses is to a guy that has only 1 or 2 wins this year, Swiderski from Oklahoma State, and he lost to him. So that's not a good sign to start. He also lost to who else, David?
Who?
McNeil.
He got killed by Larkin.
Okay.
Which is my argument. Remember, I'm like, that's why this dude's got the second best resume. Your argument was, well, he lost to Swiderski, and I'm like, this is a weight where there's only one finalist. This is the worst weight in terms of credentials.
Yeah, when they had kid from Iowa State ranked number 2 last weekend, and Block beat him. Block's only losses to Ohio State.
Yeah.
By a point. Who hasn't had a great year, but I mean, he's a returning All-American.
Well,
so
how is Ryder Block ranked ahead of Ethan Styles?
I don't know. I'm not sure what's going on. I'm so confused now.
That can't be. This early in the year, that can't be.
Yeah.
So let me tell you why this weight's a mess, okay? You got Lachlan McNeil that lost to Swiderski in a match that doesn't count, but we all saw it, and Swiderski's having a terrible season. Pinheiro was the softest number 2 ranked guy ever, never placed, okay? And wasn't like he was a freshman like Larkin, okay? Like Larkin, you might call him a soft 2, but so far he's been great, okay? Jackson Joy looked really good, but lost to a high school kid, and he pinned Ethan Styles.
Mm-hmm.
Chance Lamer's not even eligible. Like, he should not be ranked.
Yeah.
You cannot rank a guy who you know is ineligible.
Yep.
And Jack Joffrey hasn't wrestled. So, like, I would take Lamer out. I would take Jack Joffrey out. I would put Ethan Styles above Ryder Block. And David Evans has to move up. I don't know who he's lost to. I guess he's lost to somebody, but he beat Aiden Valencia.
He did, but he lost to, I think he lost to Ohio State.
Okay, well, Ethan Styles is a returning All-American.
Yeah.
Like, if I rank this, it'd be Van Ness 1, Larkin 2, I guess McNeil 3, I guess Wazalewski 4, Jackson Joy 5. I would probably have Ethan Styles 6, or Biskins, they're 6 and 7. I'd have Ryder Block 8. I mean, Aiden Valencia, David Evans would be up there, and then Frost would be like in that 9 to 12 range.
Yeah.
If
and I'm not, Frost may win the CKLV,
and then he would move up. Then he would move up
even higher. So I mean, I think he's an absolute stud. I got to see him beat some people before I just throw him in there because he's not starting. He won wrestle-offs.
Well, they did the same thing with Pinheiro, though.
Yeah, but Pinheiro did have some wins. I mean, he did wrestle a few times. So
who did he beat this year? No one.
We won the Iowa State invite.
He didn't beat anybody ranked.
No.
That's my point, Mark. I mean, like, don't be sarcastic on the air because people don't know you're being sarcastic. He doesn't have a quality win this year, and he didn't place at Nationals last year as like the 4 seed. So it's a crazy place for him to start.
Yeah.
Okay, 57, really no change here, and that's fine. Like, the upper weights had very little changes this week. 65, no change. 74. I want to get to the team stuff, which we'll get to. Okay, so MJ Gaitan moves up. Okay, so this is interesting. Kennedy is ranked 5th, 4th, 5th. Gaitan is ranked 8th, 8th, 4th. Open mat put MJ Gaitan ahead of Kennedy. There are 2 very distinct arguments for this. I'm not going to make one or the other. One is head-to-head, so he's got to be above him. Number 2 is never been an All-American versus a returning All-American, and better body of work for Patrick Kennedy over the years. I'll ask you which way you would lean on this.
Well, he beat Karchla, so
No, it's just whether Kennedy should be above or below Gaitan.
Right now, Gaitan should be ahead of him.
So you would have Gaitan 4.
Yes.
Okay.
Kennedy 5.
Right. Okay. For people that don't know, my name was on the rankings, and I think the first year I did them by myself, maybe, Mark, and then after that, or you kind of helped me the first year, and then every other year it was definitely a 50-50 partnership, and we finally got your name on those as well-deserved. No changes at 84. 97. Let's get rid of this ad. No change. 285. No change. So here's where we get to the team.
Let's do 197, David. Would you, how long do you let Barr sit and not do anything? I mean, he's a returning finalist, so I have no problems with that.
To the Ohio State duel.
Okay.
I have a very specific answer for that.
Okay.
Like if he doesn't wrestle, then you got to take him out. And Penn State's very interesting. We'll get to the, okay, so here's anything else before I go to the team scores?
No.
Okay. So Penn State, Ohio State. So this is interesting. Iowa State, I haven't seen the open mat team rankings, but Intermat and Flow both had Iowa ahead of Iowa State still. The difference has to be at open mat has Gaetan ahead of Patrick Kennedy. That's the difference.
Mm-hmm.
So again, we've probably talked about this 100 times, but if you're kind of new to this or just aren't a nerd about it like us, tournament rankings are based on individual rankings. So for example, if you go down to, let's say Illinois is number 9 with 38.5 points. If Ostrander University has 2 guys ranked number 1 and 8 guys that couldn't punch their way out of a wet paper bag, they're going to have 40 points and they're going to be ranked ahead of Illinois. Just so people understand that, because first is worth 20.
Yes.
Okay. So I think there's something very interesting here, though. I mean, Penn State's sort of tier 1, right? Can we agree to that? At least on these points. We may not agree with, but just the math.
Yes, they're tier 1 to, yeah.
They're just tier 1. They have a 24-point cushion.
Yeah.
Okay, and right now, Marcus Blaze isn't ranked in the top 8 and PJ Duke isn't ranked in the top 8. Now, you could argue, yeah, but Josh Barr is a soft number 1 right now because he hasn't wrestled. But if you said to me, give me PJ Duke, Marcus Blaze, and Josh Barr, let me see where Duke is ranked. Yeah, he's 17th here, so that's like a point. And Blaze is 8th, so he's 5.5. Okay.
Yeah.
So 5.5, 6.5, say 7, 20. Over under team points for those 3 guys, 27. I would take the over.
Yeah.
So they're more ahead.
Yes.
Okay? But it feels like Ohio State, Iowa State, Iowa are sort of tier 2. And as much as Oklahoma State and everybody else wants to say they're in the hunt for a trophy, these teams are going to have to mess up.
Yeah.
Based on where they are right now. Would you agree with that?
Yes.
Okay, then tier 3 is pretty clear too. Oklahoma State, North Carolina State, Nebraska. I'm sorry, for people that are only listening. Ohio State 107, I'm rounding. Iowa State 102, Iowa 100. That's definitely a tier. That's one guy that basically on each side, like, hey, your guy took 8th, my guy lost in the blood round. That's the flip. Yep. Oklahoma State 74, North Carolina State 68, Nebraska 65. That's a tier.
Yep.
Now, if you want to tell me Nebraska, Ferrari's going to get back to number 1, Hardy's going to get back to number 2, Antrell's going to get back to number 1, those are all possible. The weight that's the goofiest, Mark, is 157 because Meyer Shapiro is not ranked at all, and PJ Duke is
17th,
somewhere in the desert.
Yeah.
And both those guys are going to end up ranked in the top 4 at the end of the year, unless something crazy happens. So the team race is kind of shaping up. And then you have Michigan, Illinois, Stanford somewhere between 37 and 41, and then it really drops off.
Yeah.
I mean, then you have Minnesota with 29 all the way down to Arizona State with 20. So there are some pretty distinct tiers right now. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, there are.
All right. We'll do this quickly and then get out of here. I have to make a call in 9 minutes. But all right, Missouri wrestles Nebraska. I think it's probably the duel of the weekend. Let me just double check, make sure. Yeah, it's the duel of the weekend. Okay. A lot of green for Nebraska here, right, Mark?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. By the way, Missouri picked up Teague Travis from Oklahoma State. So he'll come in at the semester. So let's see if there's any path for Missouri to get to 5 wins. Okay. So let's give them the 2 where they're ranked ahead. Fair?
Fair.
I mean, I don't know that Sinclair is an easy match over Allred, but he's ranked higher. Mauger is ranked, and Nebraska is not ranked. I mean, I guess let's start with Chance Lamer's not wrestling, right?
Correct. Yep.
There's 3.
Yep.
Okay. Cam Steed could beat Christopher Minto.
Without a doubt.
There's 4.
Yep.
Evan Bates and Cam McDaniels is within the margins, 15 and 10.
Mm-hmm.
And Cade Moore almost pinned Lucas Bird.
Yeah, Cade Moore's dangerous, period.
Right. And Max Mayfield and LJ Arujau are in the margin, 16 and 12.
Yes.
That's their path.
Correct.
The other way to say it is Brock Hardy's winning, Antrell Taylor's winning, and AJ Ferrari's winning. So if you break it down that way, those 3 guys win, and say Mauger, Edmond, and Sinclair win, it's 3-3. With four, I don't know, toss-up.
Yep.
Well, yeah, 15 against 10, 12 against 9, 16 against 12, and 25 against 7, but a pretty dangerous 25.
Yep.
So, okay, if I say to you the over-under for Missouri wins is 3.5, what do you take?
Over.
You think they're going to get one of those 4?
Yeah, I think they'll get to 4.
4.5.
At Nebraska?
No, it's here in St. Louis.
Okay. I think they get to 5.
So you have it a 5-5 duel.
Mm-hmm.
Can they win?
I don't think so. I think Nebraska's going to probably get more bonus points.
But if Cade Moore gets a pin?
Then they're not going to get more bonus points. I mean, those are big things, you know?
Yeah. So the criteria is also interesting too. Like on these matches, once you get past the flagrant misconducts and everything, it comes on to match points.
Yeah.
Just so people understand that. So I got to get you one of these hats, Mark. It's from Pure and Clean, one of our sponsors.
Very nice.
Yeah. Those guys are good dudes. All right. I will put our picks in the doc. Be sure to watch CKLV this weekend, people. There's a bunch of good wrestling by me. That duel's Friday night in St. Charles. And then Cougar Clash is Sunday, which is over with Daryl Thomas and Jeremy Spates. And they added Oklahoma State there, so that we're not sending everybody, but again, that's what we talked about with the Cliff King thing. Like it's these people are kind of boogieing out a little bit.
Yeah.
So anyway, anything else?
Nope.
All right. Well, we appreciate all the people that watch and listen, all the kind words. Even got a comment yesterday about that I should be nicer to you. I should not have laughed about the haircut comment. So
somebody wrote that comment. Was it your mom?
It was not my mom.
That surprises me. I thought your mom would have my back.
No. I don't know if my mom's watched the podcast yet. Okay, that's a different conversation. Listen, we're not dragging my mom into this. Okay,
I think she has my back, so that's what I'm saying.
She probably would agree with this other person.
I would agree.
Let's just keep Jan out of this conversation. Okay,
all
listen,
right.
I tell you when Jan has your back. Okay, even if you don't know, I'm just saying it just struck me as very funny. It still does, but I apologize because, I mean, I shave my head because I have gray hair and I don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but my hair actually, I have to literally shave it once a week. I got one of those skull shaver things. So anyway, I apologize sincerely. It just caught me completely off guard. It would have been like if Grant said to me, "Nice dunk." Like it was just so far unexpected.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we will. So right now we're even on wings bets, right?
Sure.
No, is that not right?
I'm sure it is.
I mean, I conceded the point spread stuff, and I won the Iowa State one, so I feel like we're even. Is that right? Am I wrong?
You're not wrong.
Okay. Also, I feel like doing this, so people should know when Mark and I first started doing this stuff, our whole goal was to just pick out the guys that we thought were undervalued. And I actually am like that a lot more than guessing points. Maybe because I'm better at it. That probably has a lot to do with it.
Probably.
But it also, there's more, I think it shows you're smarter too. Like, hey, I picked this guy as a 28 guy and I think he's going to place, that kind of thing. So we will get to that more because we're doing a really cool live fantasy draft in Cleveland this year, partnering with Beat the Streets Cleveland. So people play, they can actually support Beat the Streets, which I think is near and dear to my heart.
Yep.
So very excited about that. All right. So if you're watching, winners, we have Ventresca, we have Knox, we have Echemendia. I have Larkin, he has Valencia. I have Zerbin, he has Waters. We both have Joey Blaze. We both have Simon Ruiz. I have Isaac Dean, he has Mantanona. We both have Elam, we both have Younger. So we will figure that out on who is ahead or behind on wings. Mark knows I would always buy him wings anyway. And I did book my room for the Iowa State wrestling tournament. So hopefully you're off one of those 2 nights and we can grab dinner.
All right.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for watching and listening. We'll see you all next week.